Yeah. Right now, where our kids can benefit from what we do, or they can struggle from what we do in this time right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And so let's talk a little more about that. I want to talk about fear, right? So for our black and brown people right now, we got a president, Trump, been elected, right? I want to talk about that, right? And about how our people, black and brown, we feeling the effects of what he's doing right now. It's hurting a lot of communities. Please share how you feel. What's your thoughts?
I love it. See, my thing is, right? 'Cause my thing is, I was always like this, right? Even in the streets in the madness, right? I need to know. I don't like if somebody's trying to stab me, right? Don't put no Novocaine on it. You know what I mean? Like I want to feel it so I can get the knife away from me, right? Like don't camouflage the pain. Let me know what pain is so I can do things to get away from it. So the thing is, Trump and that administration, from my viewpoint. He is what he is. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he's not my new mystery guy. So I like the fact that he letting my people know what it is. Listen, we done with you niggas.
Right in your face.
We done with y'all. Right? Now if y'all gonna come together and do for self, or y'all gonna die. So now, man, like he just mentioned, Elijah Muhammad, Garvey, if they was here today, they don't have to preach and convince you. You know what I mean? That's all that waste. We don't gotta waste 20, 30 years no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now, are they taking the house? Are they taking the food stand? Okay, so now we got to tap into black excellence, that creativity, right? And we ain't got to be spending all this time preaching and trying to convince, right, that it's not even conducive for us to be trying to get crumbs off the table when we was the first ones that created the table.
Right.
You know what I mean? We was the first ones.
So
that's why the no death culture movement is so important, because if we can just look what the Most High did. It took something bad and gave it something called hip hop. Hip hop don't come from a being. It comes from an energy. It comes from a spirit. It gets some people gathering talking about the struggle and putting it through rhyme. And the ones that did it, Rakim and Eric B and African Bada, they weren't rich when they first started. They did it because they had to be done. Now, 50 years later, you have people that become millionaires off of something that happened through spirit. That's ours. Now, we decided to give it to the Jew and profit off of it, P-R-O-F-I-T, and take away from the profit, P-R-O-P-H-E-T, of the message of it. That was our decision. But now, through free will, we could bring it back. No death culture through messengers coming through the music.
Right.
Let me say this though. I'm gonna tell you what Meek told me one time about Fresh. Right? Because I put him on the phone multiple times. When I first came home, what was that? The first week when we was up with Krabs, and I put you on the phone with him, right? Yeah. But he remembered Fresh from back in the day, right? So he was like, look, he said the same thing I told him. I said, look, when we go up to New York, right? When you go in there, yeah, Meek is who he is, but you created a world too. And he gonna see that. Yeah, I'm a fan of his. That's my young boy. Meek, that's my young, and I got love for him. But I'm also a fan of his music, right? I don't got no problem with him saying that. But I'm also a fan of his, right? And Meek is a fan of his. Meek, the whole thing, he said, listen, tell Young, he done created a whole nother world. He created a whole world. Actually more difficult to do than even what Meek did, because what you did, you done had 12 years of open mics, no death culture open mics in the middle of a war zone, and not one incident. That's major. That's major right there, especially in Philadelphia. So it's like we gotta acknowledge those things. But he said that out of his own mouth. You know what I mean? He watched what's going on. You know what I mean? And what people don't know, we different in Philly. We a little different. You know what I mean? We're a little edgy. And that's the same thing with him. So a lot of times, a lot of things that we think that he should be doing, he want to do them. He want to do it. But at the same time, it's like we from the city. Somebody swing verbally, we want to talk, we want to shoot back. We want, you can see it a million times. I don't even respond to that. No, we from the city. It's just and that's actually. And I just told him this. I said, look, the system. It's like they did Diddy and them. They want to get him. They want to shut him down, but they know that we a little different over here. We gonna tip. Right? They know you already said as soon as they start talking about the Diddy stuff, he told me, I got 150,000 to find out who behind this bullshit. So they want to assassinate your character while you quiet.
Right.
See, when they know a nigga gonna tip, oh shit, we gotta find another way. We gotta get his own. We gotta get his own people to destroy him, because we can't. I'm with him. I always say he don't. Listen, they stopped us at the airport when we came back from Dubai, right? went at him. He go right back at him. You know what I mean? And they scared of that. They want us to be quiet niggas. They want us to jump on the noose, put our hand in it, and then jump off and hang ourselves. But when they know you gonna draw, right? You know what I mean? When they know you gonna draw, they can't just do it like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
He's one, and I keep making, this is a Riddick interview, but like I said, we respect Meek. We giving light back to Meek because they trying to take it from him. So it's like, Meek is somebody that is a millionaire, but he's still tapped in. He just posted a picture on the gram yesterday of him on 20th Matter from the Chinese store. A lot of dudes can't do that. So
on the gram still around.
So yeah, so we just want to just full circle, just, you know, how you got locked up, how it made you better mentally. You wouldn't regret nothing. I know. Would you regret? You have any regrets?
Yeah, you regret that path?
No. Regret. You know what I mean? That's what growth and development is, man. You know what I mean? All those things that's ugly, it's like this building. This building is strong. It's not wavering because of the foundation that it stands on. So our history, no foundation. If you go to the bottom of this building, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be nails down there, termites, all types of shit.
Right.
So that's like your history. You know what I mean? The history might look bad, but that's what makes you strong. You know what I mean? That's what makes you strong. So I don't regret it. You know what I mean? I always say to myself, like, I wish the knowledge could have came easier.
Okay.
Right? But I can't even imagine.
None is free.
I can't even imagine not knowing what I know, right? And it's like I told Fresh this: you can't like what it produced and hate the process that produced it. You can't look at yourself like, damn, okay, I like that. I like who I am. Today I'm strong. I'm boom, boom, boom. But then you hate the process that produced it. That's like a mother loving her child, but hate the 9 months that was necessary to bring about her greatest blessing.
God, say that again. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's true.
You cooking with grease, I tell you that. You cooking with grease.
Yeah.
So listen, man. Before we get out of here, I want to know two things. One, which one the people know anything about you, got anything you got going on, and a message to the people, and I want you to tell the world what live to be legendary means to you.
Yeah, you know, I always got a lot of things going on, man. You know, I told the brothers on the inside that I was gonna give them 2 years, but it's been almost 4. You know, you know, we done got multiple people out. Again, I work out the Igwe firm. I got a nonprofit, Emergency Response Foundation.
Who's Igwe?
As a lawyer. See, the lawyer that walked me out of prison, I had already litigated my way into court, but I needed a mouthpiece. And I chose him because I seen him on the news. He was African, and he wasn't that known. So all I needed him to do was to walk what I already put together into the courtroom. Right? And he did it. He came up, me and him built a bond, and now we business partners and everything. And but I told the men I was gonna give them 2.5 years, but there's so many brothers in there that need help that I'm in the process of creating a network at the firm where we got a lot of students from college, interns and stuff, right? And then I'm gonna focus more on some business. We was just with the African King from Ghana for the last couple weeks. They want us to be the nexus between import and export coming from Ghana to Philadelphia, and it's also allowing us to build with our brothers over there. That's how we got to think. Also, I got a product that I'm gonna come out with. I've been had it, but I wanted to put it on a certain platform before I release it. Is a tea, right? I got a tea moss called Legacy Tea Moss.
Say it again.
Legacy Tea Moss. It's dehydrated sea moss in tea bags with other like medicinal herbs and stuff like that. Wow. And yeah, man, it's been a beautiful journey, and I'm up for the challenge. But live to be legendary, that's a powerful statement, because what you're saying is, again, that's black excellence. That's how we lived before we came in contact with the elements of white supremacy that culturally castrated us, took knowledge of self from us, right? And turned us into American-made niggas, self-destructive niggas. Right. But live to be legendary is telling you, while you're here on this dimension, right, function in the best version of yourself. Right. How do you do that? You qualify yourself. You only can do what you know, and you're vulnerable to everything that you don't know, right? But you got to love yourself. You got to know who you are, so that you can know there's no limitations. We talk about Robert Kraft and them is worth billions, as if that is out of our reach. No, we was the first trillionaires. We created the first civilizations, and it might seem just like a cliche. It sounds good because it's Black History Month. No, that's major. When you know that you created the first civilizations, you know you reaching a $1 trillion is not out of reach for you. But what only the difference is, we're not trying to get $1 trillion so that we can splurge. We're trying to get $1 trillion so that we can take those proceeds or some of them and help our people.
Right.
You know, help raise our people. Invest in our people. Invest in Black excellence. The rise of Black excellence. Matter of fact, that's what you gotta do a podcast. You gotta do a documentary.
Rise of Black excellence.
Rise of Black excellence. Yeah.
Speak it into existence.
Speak it into existence.
Speak it into existence.
Absolutely.
We're gonna make it happen. You heard?
What y'all see right now on your cameras, Black excellence.
Absolutely.
3 Black men striving, manifesting, rising, and elevating every day to be our best self, our highest self. You know what I mean? That's what we do here at the Lit to Legendary Podcast. I'm Fresh the Legend. This is Scoe.
It's your boy Scoe. You already know.
And we had the General, Reeve, aka Eric Riddick, the man of many hats, my legend, my friend. I appreciate you, brother.